Spoiler alert, this is surreal. Channing Tatum is in this movie, and he's the communist. He's one of the communists. It's the funniest fucking thing ever.
What the fuck?
Hey guys, Psycho Culture's Anarchy here with a movie review for you. Hail Caesar, the next movie by the Coen brothers starring Josh Brolin as Eddie Mannix, George Clooney as Bard Whitlock, or whatever the name is, and an ensemble cast of other characters who, hang on, my mask is on, not straight. Can't believe that happened. But anyways, getting on to the main gist of the movie. The movie is based around the plot of Eddie Mannix, played by Josh Brolin, who is known as a fixer in Hollywood studios, you could say. He keeps everything running smoothly. Nothing gets past this guy. He's one to make sure all the recordings are going. He's one to make sure all productions are good, all actors are accounted for. Everything and anything is fine. But we run into a bit of a situation when Hail Caesar, the movie of the year by this studio's main actor, Bard Whitlock, played by George Clooney, gets kidnapped by, you guessed it, communists. Now that's the plot of the movie. Eddie Mannix has to find Bard Whitlock, who was kidnapped, before the whole Hail Caesar production wraps up ends. Well, it is like that. This movie is very unique in a very special regard because I feel as though this is a movie by the Coen brothers, and it's their love letter to the 1950s Hollywood. This movie has a lot of things. Like, I've seen it twice now. There's a lot of Easter eggs, there's a lot of references. It kind of shows that even though times have changed in Hollywood, they still remain the same. What do I mean by that? Well, there's also things like gossip columnists who are always trying to get the scoop on things. There's always people who just want to get things their way, which Scarlett Johansson is. So that's her actress. She plays an actress who's a little demanding and needy and all that shit. And there's a lot of Easter eggs, actually, because this is a movie that takes place in the 1950s. Again, I've seen this movie twice. After seeing it a second time, I remember at first they were just like, there's a spaghetti western reference. And I was wondering, like, are they talking about the production of it? No! Spoiler alert again. One of the actors, his name in the movie is Hobie Doyle. He starts playing with his spaghetti, and he's a western actor who plays in western movies, and I was just like, that is really, really cool. This movie is it's very quirky, in my honest opinion. It's very different, it's very weird. It reminds me, at first I was thinking, what does this remind me of? But then I heard it in the theater. This movie reminds me of Wes Anderson, actually, surprisingly enough. I mean, that was one of the weirdest things. I was like, how is it that the Coen brothers made kind of a Wes Anderson-esque movie? But it has more life and vitality because Wes Anderson's movie, they're known for their kind of deadpan characters, which I'm not knocking them. Wes Anderson is a fantastic director, and I love this guy's work. But this does have a feel of Wes Anderson to it. But regardless, this movie is very quirky, it's very different, it's very weird. It does follow the main plot of Eddie Mannix trying to find Bard Whitlock, but it is a bit odd. The pacing is there's so much that I want to talk about, because this movie is not just a throwback to the 1950s. This movie is for movie fans. I feel as though if you're a movie buff, you will love this movie. I mean, it's so weird, honestly. That's just exactly it. It's really, really weird. And I'm going to say this here and now, this movie is not for everybody. I could understand that entirely. I remember when I was watching it the second time, some guy got up and left. This movie is not for everybody. It's a very unique, quirky movie. It has a lot of throwbacks and references to how things have changed, how things stay the same. I honestly, since I've seen it twice, I like this movie. I really like it. I want to take my friends and mom and my sisters and all that to see it, because this is a very unique movie, and I'm glad to see Josh Brolin, aka Thanos. He was fantastic in this role. I loved his role, and this was a really good movie in my personal opinion. But again, this is not for everybody. So in my personal opinion, this movie gets an 8.5 out of 10. I highly recommend it if you're a movie fan. This is Anarchy, signing off, guys.